Hey guys, today's going to be my first vlog style video, but I was hoping that at the same time I would still be able to teach you something. So in this video I'm going to be going over 5 tips to keep your YouTube life and your life in balance and feeling good together. So I'll see you guys with that first tip. Alright guys, so the first tip of the day is to streamline your process. And that might sound like a general YouTube tip, but for when it comes to balancing your YouTube life with your life, you really want to be able to make your videos take as little time as possible away from the other things in your life. So the more streamlined that your process is throughout your day, the better your video is going to be, A, and then B, it's going to have a lower impact on your actual day. So when you streamline your process, you're going to be able to make videos faster, and generally the quality of those videos is going to be even higher than it would have been otherwise. When you're putting like 7 hours into a 15-minute video, maybe you're new to editing or whatever, but when it takes a really long time to edit a video that's not all that long, it can really be discouraging when your engagement isn't necessarily where you want it to be for that video, because you did spend so much time on it and it's just a big investment and you want everybody to see it and you want everybody to love it. But if you're spending that much time that you can't spend doing other things, you can combat those long edits by streamlining your process. This comes from recording to editing. What I do is I have an organized photos folder, one for sound effects, one for sounds like music and soundtracks, and one for consistent elements like my intro, like my end screen template, things like that are in a separate folder, just so I can take that whole folder and import that as opposed to finding little pieces of it. The second tip that I have for you guys today is to not get caught up watching too much YouTube. It's pretty easy to fall into this, especially while you're learning to do YouTube, because there are so many YouTubers that teach you how to do YouTube, and I've definitely fallen into this before, where I spend most of my time not making content, consuming content. Even if you are learning on YouTube, you probably don't need to be as much as you are. Definitely make sure that you're making time for the things in your life that are important other than YouTube, because even though maybe you want this to be your career, you don't want this to be your career if it means throwing everything else in your life aside, because it's really easy to get caught up in content and then just watch and consume without actually spending time to find interests other places in your life or things like that. So tip number 2, don't spend too much time watching content, but make sure you're spending enough time producing content. That leads us to tip number 3, which is telling people what you're doing, because a lot of new YouTubers tend to be almost kind of embarrassed that they're getting into YouTube, that they're doing these videos that they're creating in their free time as opposed to spending it on the couch watching TV or things like that, which in my eyes is kind of ridiculous, because if you're going to be creating, that's a pretty productive way to spend your free time, and you should definitely be proud to be doing it. And if you tell people in your life that you are doing it, chances are they're going to be supportive, and that's great, because when people are supportive of your passion, they're going to allow you that time uninterrupted to kind of edit your videos, to shoot your videos, things like that. And when people know what you're doing, it makes it easier to talk to them about what kind of time you need and why you need that time. So make sure that you tell people that you're doing YouTube and that it does take a significant chunk of time, and that you need that time so that you're able to make your YouTube videos polished and ready to go. Because when that time is uninterrupted, you're going to be able to get those things done faster, and that's going to give you more time to spend with family and friends. So before we get into the 4th tip, why don't you go down in the comments below and kind of let me know, let everybody else know, how telling people in your life affected your YouTube experience. Alright, so now that you've done that, the 4th tip is to set up a permanent studio. And this one is kind of situational. It's not always going to apply. So like if you're doing a vlog or something like that, obviously you're not going to need or want a permanent studio, but if you're doing sit-down videos or videos where you're just talking to camera, a permanent studio can be a fantastic thing, because once you get it set up, it's just kind of ready to go. So you're going to be able to just go into your studio, sit down, stand up, whatever you do, record your video, and then immediately just start editing or have those files ready to edit, so that you don't have to waste all that time setting up your studio, tearing down your studio every single time. If you do have to tear down your studio every single time though, just because of where it is, make sure that you do it in a way that's easy to set back up so that you're able to get it set up much faster next time, which is going to allow you to make more content faster. So that brings us to our last tip, tip number 5. Alright, so last but certainly not least, tip number 5 is to schedule your videos. When you schedule your videos, your audience knows when your videos are going to come out, and also you can know when your videos are going to come out, which kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off your shoulders, allows you to relax a little bit when you know you can relax, and to definitely get that hustle on when you know that you've got a video that needs to come out. It also allows you a little bit more freedom. I know that I personally like to travel a whole lot, even if it's just like a little trip over a weekend, and if I know that I can get my videos done beforehand, schedule them for posting on my scheduled posting dates, then I know that I'm going to have those videos done and ready, and I don't need to worry about it while I'm out and about. Scheduling that content is also going to make it easier to talk to people about when you need your time to make your videos, so that again you're able to get those things done faster to free up more time for your personal life.